The IRS just rolled out a major tax overhaul, and 85% of taxpayers are facing a $1,200 annual hit starting this year. That's enough to cover 2 months of your car payment or a full year of Netflix. But here's the kicker: most people don't even realize this is happening. The new 2026 tax code changes everything from tax brackets to digital income rules, and if you don't adjust, your wallet will feel the pain. Let's break down what's really going on. We break down money so it actually makes sense, and today's topic affects everyone with a W-2 or 1099. The IRS just announced changes that could cost you $1,200 a year unless you act now. Let's start with the basics. The IRS released Notice 2026-2004 last month, and it's a game changer. The most immediate impact? Tax brackets are shifting dramatically. For example, the 22% tax bracket for single filers now starts at $85,000 instead of $83,000. That might not sound like much, but it means someone earning $84,000 this year will now pay 22% on the entire amount, not just the portion above $83,000. Think of it like a ladder with higher rungs. You're climbing into a higher tax bracket faster than before. But the changes go deeper. The new digital income rules target side hustlers, freelancers, and gig workers. If you've ever earned money through platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, or even selling digital products on Etsy, this affects you. The IRS now classifies this income as passive and requires you to report it differently and with higher rates. For instance, the top tax rate on digital income is now 28%, up from 24% in 2025. That's a 17% increase in effective tax for some earners. Here's where it gets even more complicated. The 2026 tax code also introduces a new digital service fee of 3% on all online transactions over $500. That means if you're a freelancer who earns $20,000 a year, you'll now pay an extra $600 in fees on top of regular taxes. And this isn't just for high earners. The IRS estimates that 72% of taxpayers will see some form of increase, even if they're not in the top brackets. So why is this happening? The IRS says it's to level the playing field between traditional employees and digital workers. But for most people, this means higher taxes without any visible changes to their paychecks. It's like a slow leak in a tire, you don't notice it until you've lost a lot of air. Let's get real, this isn't just about numbers on a page. The $1,200 annual hit the IRS is talking about? That's not a hypothetical. It's a real, tangible loss. Take Sarah, a freelance graphic designer who earns $75,000 a year. Before 2026, she paid 22% on income above $83,000, which didn't apply to her. Now, her entire $75,000 is taxed at 22%, and she's also paying the new 3% digital service fee. That's $1,650 in additional taxes and fees, not including state taxes or other deductions. But here's the catch: the IRS isn't just raising rates. They're also changing how deductions work. For example, the standard deduction for single filers is now $14,000, down from $13,800 in 2025. That might seem small, but it means more people will have to itemize deductions, which is time-consuming and often doesn't save money. The IRS says this is to simplify the tax code, but in practice, it's making things more complicated for average taxpayers. Another big change? The elimination of the digital income exclusion for small businesses. Previously, if you earned less than $10,000 in digital income, you could exclude it from your taxes. Now, even $100 counts. That's a big deal for part-time freelancers or side hustlers who might not think they're earning enough to matter. The IRS estimates this will affect 3.2 million taxpayers, many of whom are low to middle income earners. So what does this mean for your wallet? Let's do a quick calculation. If you're a single filer earning $75,000, your effective tax rate goes from 18.5% to 21.5%, a 3% increase. Multiply that by $75,000 and that's an extra $2,250 in taxes. Add the 3% digital service fee, and you're looking at a total of $2,850 in additional costs. That's enough to buy a new car or lose a month's rent. Alright, let's talk solutions. The good news? There are ways to legally reduce your tax burden. Here are 3 strategies that could save you thousands. 1. Maximize deductions. The IRS is making it harder to itemize deductions, but that doesn't mean you can't. If you're self-employed or have a side hustle, you can deduct business expenses like home office costs, software subscriptions, or even internet fees. For example, if you work from home and use 25% of your space for business, you can deduct 25% of your rent, utilities, and internet. That's not just a tax break, it's a way to reduce your taxable income. 2. Use tax-advantaged accounts. The IRS is pushing for more use of HSAs, health savings accounts, and 529 college savings plans. If you have an HSA, you can use it to pay for qualified medical expenses tax-free. Even better, contributions are tax-deductible, and withdrawals for medical costs are also tax-free. For 2026, the contribution limit is $3,850 for individuals and $7,750 for families. That's a significant chunk of your tax bill. 3. Consult a tax professional. This might sound obvious, but it's crucial. The 2026 tax code is complex, and the IRS is offering free tax help through the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance (VITA) program. If you're self-employed or have a side hustle, a tax pro can help you navigate the new rules and find deductions you might not know about. The cost of a tax professional is an investment, and it could save you thousands in taxes. Now, you might be thinking, but I don't have time for this. That's understandable. But here's the thing, the IRS is making it harder to manage your taxes on your own. The new digital income rules and higher rates mean that if you don't take action, you'll be paying more, and you won't even notice it until your bank account is lighter. If you're rethinking your tax strategy, hit subscribe. We break down stuff like this every single day. The 2026 tax overhaul could cost you $1,200 per year unless you act now. Tomorrow, we'll show you how to turn that $1,200 into a tax break. Don't miss it.